So we're moving on to the next and final topic of the day, the third topic. Jamie, it's yours, and Fortune Cookie has joined us.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's your topic?
Let's get sappy. I was going to talk about proposals. How you guys propose to your wives.
Mine sucks.
Not any
Your-
good.
Mine's not good at all.
Your proposal sucks?
Let's start.
proposal is
That's a good place to start. Let's go.
I was just like, let's get
start
married.
low.
Let's put the bar low, and then
Yeah.
you guys can pick it up from
Yeah,
there.
we have.
I had no romanticness whatsoever.
How many years you been married?
Okay, well, I've been married for since 2002,
The
so
math.
It's 14 years.
14 years.
And how long was your engagement?
About a year. So here's what happened. I actually met my wife in Turkey. So I went down to Turkey for the summer, and I met my wife in Turkey, and I basically knew her for about a month.
This already sounds romantic to me.
And then I guess the overall maybe it is a little bit, but just the way I did it was.
So
not
were you at like a nightclub in Turkey? And
No, it was actually at like
Euro
like
rave.
a cottage type area. They have like people call them like summer houses. So it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
cottages, not really cottages, but I guess they're a version of cottages because Turkey's by the sea, right? So by the sea, and so I met her there. You know, we start talking, whatever, and so I knew her for about a month. And so when I go to Turkey, I go for 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months at the time, I think. So I was only there for 2 months. But she lives, like I have two sides, my mom's side and my dad's side, which are two different areas of Turkey. So I met her when I was with my dad's side. And so I basically knew her for like a month. And then I proposed. But it wasn't like the hand down on one knee. Like it was very like we were just sitting down. I'm like, let's get married.
Yeah.
So it wasn't very romantic. But, you know, after a month, I proposed. She accepted. So then I came back to Canada. Told my parents and my mom, who was going to go to Turkey, you know, shortly after I got back. And so when my mom went down, my mom met her, you know, met her family and everything. The following summer, I hope she's not watching because I'll probably mess up the timelines. But I think the following summer,
She's not watching.
she's not watching. The first 2 minutes she was done.
She's gone.
A year later, so the next summer, I went back and we got engaged. Okay. We got engaged when I first got there, and then what we had found out was to apply for immigration, we had to actually be married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Prior to, you could apply before you were married, but I guess the rules around that time had changed, and you had to actually be married to apply. So what we had to do at the end of the summer before I came back is we had to get married. But what we did with that was just sign the papers. Because there was no plans to get married, right? That was just when we realized that we didn't have the time. So got married, signed the papers, you know, family and friends, not friends, just family was there, signed the papers, go back to my uncle's house, a couple of drinks, some food, right? Real low key. Came back to Canada and applied for her to
Excuse me.
come
Keep
to
talking.
Canada. Yep. And then that January, it went through pretty quick. So that January, we went back and had like the actual wedding with like, you know, the invitation in the hall and all that kind of thing. And then
In Turkey?
In Turkey, yeah. And so that's the story.
right on.
Yep.
So nothing fancy. Just let's get married.
Yeah, let's get married. Literally,
So-
like sitting there. Like I would be like here, and then she was there, and we're just sitting down. I'm like, let's get married. Yeah.
So, sorry,
Not very Lance
you
romance.
you met her, and a month later, you're like,
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
lock this down.
I gotta lock this down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, you
Yeah.
knew.
I knew right away.
You knew.
I knew right
You
away.
knew.
Yeah.
You knew.
I was on
So
Reddit.
that's romantic.
It's
I mean,
romantic.
It
yeah,
is in
yeah,
its way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on Reddit. There was a thread in Ask Reddit. What question does everybody think they know the answer to? And one of the top responses was, when you propose to someone, everyone thinks they know the answer to that question, but
Yeah.
it's the one question where you better know the answer before you ask it.
It's
And
amazing how many people don't.
Yeah,
Like, you hear
right.
about-
If you're asking that question and it says no, then you shouldn't be asking that question.
You shouldn't be asking that question. Yeah.
it's
it
a
means you're
formality. It
completely
should be
off.
just a formality
Yeah.
that you're asking
Yeah.
it, right?
I knew a guy who asked, and then the girl said no,
That's crazy.
and I was like, oh man, that's devastating.
How often? Like,
man.
are you living in a like? What mindset are you in that you think everything's on that level, but it's not?
But it's not. Yeah, like it just you got to be completely out to lunch.
Or you're
unaware.
desperate. You got it. You're like there's your Hail Mary to like save the relationship. Or whatever,
maybe,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
like you think there's like a high percentage of people that ask get turned down and then that's the end of the relationship?
Yes,
Yeah, it's like
I think it's done.
like 95%.
I think so. Yeah, I got
don't-
to
you don't
at that
bounce
point.
back.
It's done. I don't think you bounce back. I think it's done after that. Yeah,
Bouncing back.
yeah.
It's not like, well, you don't want to marry me, but let's continue.
But let's
Yeah.
continue.
I'll ask
yeah.
again in a
Drag
month
this
or two.
yeah.
See how you feel.
See how you feel. Yeah. Maybe I'll
Check
pop
yourself for
the
another
question
2 or
in.
3 years. See
Yeah.
see how
where
miserable
we
we can get.
What about you?
So I proposed just over a year after we were dating. It wasn't necessarily anything crazy. We had already discussed like the getting married
Yeah.
part. So like, you know, it wasn't necessarily like this big surprise if I would do it
Yeah.
or like necessarily when. Like it was a certain like time frame of like probably within the next 6 months this will happen.
Yeah.
Especially at that point, you're like living together. You know, you're already looking at the finances together. You're like, if I got to budget this ring in, it's got to come from like
It's gotta
certain
come from somewhere.
combined
right?
monies.
Yeah.
But it was just we went. It was summer. We went camping with some friends of ours, or camping. And so I had bought the ring. Actually, this would have been a good story with Jesus here because we bought it. We bought the rings together. Like we went to the
that's pretty
same
cool.
guy, same day.
That's pretty cool.
Um,
Back of the
You guys
van
like
in the parking lot?
proposed like within weeks of each other, got married within weeks of each other, had kids within weeks of each other.
Yeah.
You guys followed the exact
Very
same time.
interesting.
Literally,
Hey,
that's how it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that Jesus died,
Yeah.
are
he's
you gonna
dead.
die within weeks? You know what I mean? Because everything else seems to
Ooh.
follow
That's
suit.
so
This could be
true.
the last. This could be the last podcast right here.
That's
So
trippy.
people,
I
you're
thought-
seeing.
This
No,
could be the
this
last
could be
time.
the last, yeah.
I'm
No.
gonna get at least one message from one relative asking, "What do you mean he died?"
Yeah. What happened?
Are we gonna clarify? Or we're just
No,
gonna
no.
leave him as dead?
He's at
The
RIP.
fake army got him.
Yeah. Got it
He's
in.
in the army, man. Anything can
I didn't think the
happen,
fake
right?
army could be dangerous, but
He's in the fake army.
Oh, he's in the fake army.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
reserves.
it's
so
the reserves.
Oh, this is a whole topic right here. So he's not in the real army then.
Nah.
Just so
fake
you're
army.
filled in, every single episode we have one of us have needled him on the fake army. One night, me and Jesus were downtown Toronto, and we were just standing in line waiting to get into a bar,
Yeah.
and two girls behind us ended up. We overheard them talking about one of their ex-boyfriends or something was in the fake army. So I kicked Jesus' shoe, like I tap him on the foot, and I turn around, I'm like, "You mean the reserve?" She's like, "Yeah." It completely just destroyed Jesus inside. So it's
That day he died a little. Right
yeah. So I
there.
never stop now. I
Yeah.
never stop.
So RIP Jesus.
R.I.P.
He will
Jesus.
be missed.
He will be missed.
Did you see that he was honored at the Leaf game
Yeah, that was
on
cool.
Saturday?
What? Are you serious?
So remember when he got stabbed?
Yeah.
He was supposed to get honored at a Blue Jay game.
I remember that.
It
I
kept
remember,
getting
but it
pushed
was like
back. He
Mother's
had
Day.
a boil on his eye. Like
Oh, okay,
so it never
yeah.
ended up happening. So anyways, it happened on Saturday, Hockey Night in Canada, this last Saturday. So we'll show you a video after where he got to come out to the whole crowd. He had to wave. He did like the Queen wave.
Holy,
He
look
got
at
he got a
that.
Leaf jersey and everything. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it
That's
was
pretty
it was
cool.
it was pretty awesome and a good way to remember him.
Yes, yes. A good way to remember him.
Um,
Poor Jesus.
but anyways, yeah. So
Relax.
Poor
I know,
Jesus.
Relax.
Okay,
How close am I to the mic? Okay.
you're good. You're
You're
good.
good?
Just make love to it, man.
All right, let's do it.
Just be good, Cookie. So anyways, we went camping that weekend, and so I bought the ring. I had it, and so the hard part is it was tricky because Steph and I were in a tent that weekend, so there's not a lot of room to hide this thing.
Yeah.
Can't
So-
hide it in like a bookshelf. Or
Yeah, you can't hide it in a drawer downstairs or maybe you're in a hotel room or something. So I'm like, shit, so whatever. So I wanted to do it the night we got there, but I don't know why we didn't do it that night. But anyways, the next day we're like, okay, let's go over to the lake or a beach or whatever nearby, hang out. So I'm wearing cargo shorts. I put the ring in my cargo pant pocket. And I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I gotta do it at some point.
This sounds
Yeah.
like mine.
Yeah,
It's very
similar
similar.
enough.
Like I didn't do it on the first night, and
Yeah. And so we're playing like ultimate frisbee. I'm jumping around. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm freaking game. I'm jumping around. Like whatever, man. Can't turn down a good ultimate frizz game. So anyways, we're doing that. And then so like there's this big pier, walkout pier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, why don't we go walk it? I'm like, you like romantic shit. I'm like, let's go walk that or whatever.
did she see this coming?
No. She knew that the proposal was happening. The one thing I had that I was happy was this when it happened, how it happened was a complete surprise.
Yeah.
So anyways, we go and she's like, she starts asking because we're there with a bunch of friends. Like, oh yeah, me and Nick are gonna go for a walk. I'm like, shut the fuck. Like, no. Like no one else knows I'm doing it either, right? So
Yeah.
it's not like I could really hint to them. Like, no, now's not the time.
Yeah.
Luckily, everyone said no. Like,
Yeah.
nah, we're gonna keep drinking.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna play frisbee. Like, oh well, whatever, let's go, because it goes right out to the beach. I'm like, it's nice. We're going. We're walking down. There's like a crowd of people like at the end of the pier because there's like a lighthouse.
Yeah.
So obviously it's like a crowd. I'm like, shit. And so I'm kind of hoping like everybody just kind of goes away. And as we get closer into the end of the pier, more people started disappearing. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
There's a lady like sunbathing in her bikini.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, get the fuck out of it. Luckily, she gets up.
Was she hot?
leaves.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think you should remember that detail.
At least
No.
not.
I'm just doing that in the off chance she's still listening 53 minutes in. Thanks,
Yeah.
babe. Thanks for your support.
Tester.
That's a test. We'll see if
That's
she
a
yells
test.
at me.
We'll see.
We'll
That's
see if
right.
she yells
That's
at me.
right.
But anyways, she disappears. So luckily, by the time we get to the end of the pier, we're all alone. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I give some stupid spiel about like, hey, well, we've already started looking at banquet halls, actually.
Oh, okay.
We were already like trying to get ahead of the game. So she knew this was happening,
knew,
but how, and she's like, so I caught her off surprise. And like, we've been looking at wedding venues and stuff, and we've been planning it. I guess we just need the final piece, right? And then I start getting down on one knee, and then I propose. And that threw her off, right?
Yeah.
So that was good. I'm like, thank God. At least I got
At least you got that
in.
Yeah.
And then funny enough, I'm on my knees, and then this couple fishermen on a boat start going by. And they like cheer me on. I was like, she said yes. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, that was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they kept boating by, and then that was it.
That
and then
was
we
it.
came back, and then Steph did the whole thing where like they're all kind of sitting around under the umbrella drinking, and she's like has the ring now, so she's like, so she's trying to see how long until people kind of clue in.
Yeah.
And
I
then
remember I was thinking about driving up for that day. I don't know why I didn't end up doing it, but all good.
Here's what would have been interesting. Imagine she said no. I get
Yeah.
you guys were talking about, so you knew you had that buy-in.
You gotta
But
take the
imagine
tent
she
down.
said no. Yeah, you're camping. You're with your buddies. Like you're stuck together.
I would have my emotions would have said this ring, right into the beach. But then I think I'd be like,
Future Nick.
Future Nick's got to sell this back, or just give it to the next one.
Yeah.
That's gone.
But
Give it to the next one.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
You
man.
don't lose value if you sell it back. You just give it to the next one.
So. But yeah, that would have been.
That's pretty cool, man. That's a good story.
It's nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
10 years ago, we were at a wedding, not a wedding, an all-inclusive resort. It was our first,
Dominican Republic.
my first all-inclusive, Bahia Principe.
Was it? Yeah.
And
No, I think it wasn't. We had gone before as a group. I think even before you and Vanessa.
no, I'm not talking about Vanessa here. Vanessa's not here yet.
Oh,
This is a
okay.
precursor to the story.
Okay, yeah.
So we
That
went to
was our first time.
we
yeah,
went
yeah.
to a Bahia Principe in San Juan,
No.
in Puerto Plata.
Yeah, something like that. Dominican Republic.
And,
Might have heard of it.
and they had when you first drive in, there's all the shops along the side before you get to the gates to go into the actual resort.
Yeah.
And I remember partying every night. We'd go down to that. It was like the strip. And
Yeah.
I remember thinking, because they had it done up nice. There's tables on the street. There was dancing happening. They had lights strung across the street.
Yeah.
And it looked like such a sick spot. I remember thinking, I want to propose here. As soon as we got back from that trip, me and him worked at EB Games, and my wife had gotten hired at EB Games.
Oh.
Like we came back and we went to go check our schedules or something, and she was working there, like her first day or her second day.
Yeah.
Fast forward a month, we ended up started dating, yada yada. We went on.
It was
our
that quick after you started working there?
I don't know, like months, something like that. And then we went to Cuba the following year, and that was her first all-inclusive, and she came with us with the group and everything. And then the next year after that, I'm like, I want to go back to that first resort to propose there.
Yeah.
And all Vanessa and I did and talk about for almost the entire relationship was when we're going to be married. So I wasn't really scared of a no.
Yeah.
But she had no semblance of timeline. Like
Yeah.
whether this proposal could have happened today or next year or who knows, right?
5 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was younger too. Like,
People call her a child bride.
yeah. She was.
She's a year and 8 months younger than me because we're only one birth year apart, but she's December, I'm March.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a long
Yeah.
gap.
So it's a longer gap.
So we've been married now 6 years, which is crazy. I was married, so I was 24. She would have been still 22, I think.
When you got engaged.
No, married. Engaged, she would have been
20?
20.
'Cause you had a 2-year
No, we were
engagement.
engaged 8 years ago. 8 years ago, we were engaged. We've been dating for 10, engaged.
Yeah, you
8
had a
years
2-year
ago.
engagement
So
Yeah.
child bride.
So 8 years ago, she's turning 30 this December. She was 22.
when you got married. Engaged. Yes.
Engaged. Anyway, so we went back to that resort. He came. Another buddy of ours came. Her 2 oldest brothers came. It wasn't our big friend group like normal.
Yeah.
And then I had it again in my cargo jean side pocket
the
first night.
cargos, man. Making
They're so
such
handy.
nice
So
man.
handy.
Yeah.
So yeah, first night, I wanted to get it over with. That way it was done. I had the ring. I didn't have to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
But we got hammered that first night.
Yeah.
So all of her brothers and him were all like,
We
Try-
knew he had it on
Oh,
him.
they
okay.
knew, right? So they were trying to like get it off me to protect it, but I
He's
kept
drunk.
I was yeah. I'm like I have this like I don't know what I paid for it, $10,000 thing in my pocket. Like I don't think it was that much.
Intoxicated, yeah.
And they were trying to get it in safe, and I kept pushing them away. I'm like, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So thankfully,
And
I went to bed that night, and she didn't find it on me either.
That's what we were more worried about. Is
she's gonna
drunk.
find it.
She's gonna like undress him, get into bed.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember what happened at that point. I don't remember if I just slept in my cargo pants or if I hid it away somewhere.
Yeah.
Following night, we tapered back to drinking a little bit, and it was the most nerve-wracking moment of my life because I guess there was so much build-up. I had bought it months and months before. I showed my mom.
Build-up, yeah.
So we had all ordered a shot of tequila or vodka or something.
yeah, tequila.
And we were about to do the shot. I'm like, hold on. And then I got down. And she's like holding a shot of tequila, like about to take it. And like music is happening. Everything is such the perfect moment that I had envisioned 2 years prior when I was there.
Yeah.
And
that's cool,
the rest
man.
is
That's
history,
really
man.
cool. Yeah, the rest is history. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I always thanked my old manager at EB Games for hiring her.
Yeah, there's that.
Because it was like a hot girl working at a game store. We were video game nerds. Like, you can't go wrong here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's
the first time I tried asking her out was like a Friday night. I think she only had been working there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a 4. Because the first couple of weeks there, I was like training her, and she tells me that I was a real dick to her. Like,
Everyone knows you're an asshole.
Like I'm generally, I'm typically an asshole.
Topic.
So I asked her out on the Friday night. Not asked her out, but like come out with us, like because he was working at EB Games, and I think another friend might have been coming that night.
Mm-hmm.
And she said no.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm getting right back on the horse. Saturday night, I asked her again. She said yes.
Oh.
So I think unofficially we started dating like that night or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
True story. I was convinced, and I told him this. I thought she was a lesbian.
Get out of here.
One of the first times she came and visited us when we were working at EB Games, we haven't started dating yet.
But she had started working there.
She was working there. She walked into EB Games holding like another girl's hand, like her friend. They just came in like swinging their arms, right? And
wow.
I wouldn't say she wasn't a hipster, but she was like...
No, not that hipster look, but she definitely had kind of like this lesbian look.
The lesbian look.
I don't know what it was.
I never got that, but it was always a
Cookie.
running joke that we thought she was, but...
Maybe she wasn't. You converted her.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah,
that
that's
manhood feeling now, eh? Yeah.
Vanessa would yell at me
Dick.
if I agreed to any sort of conversion talk right now. You either are or you aren't. I've been trained that way.
Yeah. Hey, Cookie, look, Cookie.
Yeah, so that's my story. He was my best man. I was his best man.
Oh, that's cool.
We cried.
You guys cried,
tons of, yeah.
I heard Jesus
couldn't-
cries a lot too at weddings.
He's
Oh, yeah.
a baby.
Yeah.
The one wedding he didn't cry at, I think, was his own.
That's interesting. Actually, you think that would be?
I
the
think
one
he
he's
tried
the most
really
emotional?
hard not to.
Probably
Yeah,
tried
he
very
did.
hard. Probably cried in the bathroom a little bit.
Yeah, he just let it out.
Just let it out.
He
yeah.
really cried at Vince's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Oh, yeah.
Very
Ugly
interesting
crying.
that he
Ugly
cries
crying.
at
He
weddings.
ugly cries.
Yeah.
that was ugly crying. I didn't know there was
during
good crying.
during Vince's speech
Oh, he
at his
doesn't look-
wedding, everyone was watching Jesus.
Oh, because they're all waiting for him to.
Yeah.
and he
His
delivered.
puppy dog, like.
And he delivered. Cried.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Cookie.
I think I had it on film at some point.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cookie.
But yeah, we're good. We can wrap up because
Yeah.
he's being a bitch.
And we also have to kind of go to soccer. The only thing, just to wrap up too, with proposals, is Steph told me not a big, like, don't make it a show. She was like very low key, like, so don't like propose on the
What if
jumbotron.
it's one of those things
Yeah.
like, don't do that?
But it's actually.
When
just
they want
do
it.
Yeah.
Steph's pretty like
Honest. with that
like
stuff.
she's not that kind of girl who tells you one thing but is secretly trying to get you to pick
Yeah.
up on the hint. So I made sure.
I'm the type of guy like if you like, what's wrong? And she says nothing. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I make that too.
Oh, yeah.
nothing
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah.
All right, great.
I'm not
man.
playing
yeah,
this
High
game.
five.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah.
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 I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's been another episode of Dads and Six podcast, episode number 14. Mr. Cajun, thank you very much for coming out here today.
Thank you very much for having
That
me.
was
How should
awesome.
I write your name in the description? Like, so should I spell it? I spell your name Cajun with a G, Cajun with a J.
I noticed
Then
the
you pronounce
J.
it like Chan, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like, I
It's
don't know
with
what
a
your name
G.
is.
It's spelled with a G. CAGIN.
So
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So with a G. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime. This
Thank
works
you.
perfectly.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
A lot
this
of
this
fun.
was good. It's like
I was
therapeutic.
I was looking forward to it for quite a while, actually.
The nerves
I'm
were
happy
off,
you
right?
came.
It was, the first couple of minutes, I was real nervous. As soon as you started talking, I got the smiley like a little
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
I hate
And then-
asking people on this because like, what do they think of this? And I don't know. I get all.
I
weird.
think it's an experience for people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
not
like
something
public
that-
speaking type of thing, right?
Oh yeah,
It's
see, I'm
comfortable
petrified
out
of
there.
public speaking.
I need a photo of what's going on.
Yes. Am I gonna be edited out after though?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say bye this week. Later.